This is Hoodies. Testing 1 2 1 2. Testing 1 2. Yeah. I'm a dangerous man with some money in my pocket. Keep up. Welcome back to another dope session of Footies the Podcast. I'm the host, Degar Rashidi, coming at you live from the Skill Suite, or maybe not so live, but we coming at you. Check it. Keep up. Yo, y'all remember when at one point in time the word toxic was coming out of everybody's mouth? Pause. Remember that? Toxic this and toxic that. Then after that was the word narcissist. Oh man. The word narcissist. Narcissist this, narcissist that. And might I add, a lot of y'all didn't even know what narcissist really means. A lot of y'all don't even know what it really means. You're just throwing it around, kicking it around everywhere. Well, toxic and narcissist is still around. They ain't gone nowhere, right? But now there's a new word that's found its way into our social media and mental algorithm. And that new word, you know what that new word is? That new word is incel. Okay? And just like narcissism and all that, a lot of you don't even know what the fuck incel means. Just call it what it is. Right? And I was going to watch my language, but I don't care. Incel. A member of an online community of young men who consider themselves unable to attract women sexually, typically associated with views that are hostile towards women and men who are sexually active. Okay? And the sentence giving you a description of how it's used, right? So the sentence is, self-identified incels have used the internet to find anonymous support. Another one is, it's not the first time the incel movement has been linked to violence. Then the origin, 1990s, origin in some form, whatever. Blend of involuntary and celibate. Okay, so when you take all of that, and it's a little weird to be watching, say, a podcast or just listening to someone talk about someone else and then refer to them as an incel. If you're a man and you're referring to another man as incel, calling another man a member of an online community of young men who consider themselves unable to attract women sexually, typically associated with views that are hostile towards men and women who are sexually active. So it's basically for somebody. Okay, first of all, how do you know someone is an incel? How do you know that about them? Yeah. So I'm a no paper, no nothing. So this is eventually, I'm gonna tie all of this up real quick. I'm gonna bring it all together into a nice little word gumbo. And I hope that gumbo ain't too complex to where I can't even eat it. Get it? So, listen. I am someone, okay, and I don't believe I know, okay? My life is already dope. I am a man of purpose. I have a purpose, this, that, and the third. So with that said, right? Okay, so we attract who we are. Just like it's been said that the universe, right? The universe, it doesn't give us what we want. It gives us who and what we are, if that makes any sense. If you are negative, for the most part, you will attract some negative shit, negative people, this, that, and the third. And being around negative people will bring forth negative situations because everybody's so fucking negative. So if you are purposeful and you are already dope and you have self-confidence, self-awareness, self-love, the whole nine, that's what you will attract. You understand? That's what the universe, because it gives you what you are, who you are. So I don't have to refer to people and talk about people. Now, don't get me wrong. If you a scammer, then I'm going to call you a scammer. If you are a thief, I'm going to call you as such. If you are a terrible athlete and I'm watching, say, a basketball game, or I'm watching a boxing match, those are my two favorite sports to watch anyway. You see what I'm saying? Now, I'll talk about your performance in the ring. I'll talk about your performance on the court. But see, all I got to do is just talk about your performance. All I got to do is just kick the facts, just spit the facts, put the facts out there all on the table, and the viewer and or the person that I'm talking to or debating with can go ahead and make up their own mind as to what to make of this athlete, the performance of this athlete or the makeup of this athlete, however way you want to word it. I don't have to refer to people as incels just to make my point. I don't have to do that. All I got to do is just tell you about this person and you'll form your own opinion. Whether it's here on the pod or in real life debating, whatever. I don't have to do that. So I am of the belief, say, for example, there's certain brands of podcasting, certain brands of sports journalism or journalism, period, that I don't like. And Jason Whitlock has a brand of podcasting that I'm not particularly fond of. Okay? He tends to use insults about the folk he's talking about. Granted, it's working for him. Go look at his subscribers and views and this, that, and the third, and they through the fucking roof, while mine are still mid. Better nothing. But apparently what works for him works for him. So, to my point, okay, the universe gives us what and who we are, I am of the belief of, right? So if you are an individual who, for lack of a better term, have insecurities, but because that's what I believe. I believe if you got to talk greasy about somebody to make yourself look good, it's the insult, it's coming from an insecure place. If you got to talk greasy about somebody and then talk about what they did, okay, all right. Let me rephrase that. If you have to insult someone and then talk about what they did, because it's still probably not coming out right. If you got to call people names to make your point, I am of the belief that that's coming from an insecure place. When all you got to do is just talk about the person, what they did. You understand what I'm saying? If this individual robbed a motherfucker and hit him over the head after he took it, you can say that, man, you a fucked up individual. Call them what they are. Does that make any sense whatsoever? If you a thief, I'm going to call you a thief. I'm going to call you what you are. Right? But I don't have to, for example, I'm giving all these examples. I still haven't made the point. Bear with me. I'm going to take you somewhere. For example, for a minute when talking about Russell Westbrook, some people will refer to him as Russell Westbrick. I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit. When some people make reference to just people, period, they'll say, yeah, this clown, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. You know what I'm saying? This incel, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. Y'all get what I'm saying now? You don't have to do that. Just talk about what the motherfucker did. And the person that you're talking to, or the viewers you're talking to, will make up their own mind. See, I don't have to insult you to make my point. You feel me? All I got to do is just put the facts out there, and then boom, you can make up your own mind. That's coming from an insecure place. Insecure motherfuckers who have hang-ups about themselves have to project their poor self-image off on something or someone else to make themselves look a ways. When all you have to do is just tell the story. Just say what you need to say. You don't even need to do that. Now, Jason Whitlock ain't the thinnest dude in the world. Okay? He ain't popping as a sports journalist like he once was, if he ever was popping. You know what I'm saying? Let certain individuals tell it. Nobody fucked with him. Nobody rocked with him. So that would explain why he has to throw insults out there. You know what I'm saying? And so for everyone, after each video of his content, when you look down in the comments, those are people who co-sign his brand of journalism. And that's fine. I'm not saying I'm better than y'all or other people like me are better than y'all. I'm just putting it out there. I'm just talking about what I don't fuck with. I don't have to do that. I don't have to put down the next man. Even if I don't like you, I don't have to put you down. I could just talk about what you did. I could just stick to the facts. I don't have to do that to make myself look good. You feel me? So I'm not a fan of that brand. What I am a fan of are folk who, just like I said, kick the facts, man. Just get straight to the fucking point. We don't need to do that. It's unnecessary. You know what I'm saying? Hey, and then I've also noticed that a lot of women podcasters will refer to anyone who disagrees with their point, right, and call them incels. And I guess it's popular to come out and say that the person that you're referring to is a member of an online community of niggas that don't get pussy for the most part. And also with the rest of the definition saying that individual has hostile things to say towards men and women who actually are getting lucky in the bed. How you know? How do you know if that person? How you know if that person's getting pussy or not? You know what I'm saying? And even if that person ain't getting no pussy or ain't getting sex, period, maybe they choose to wait. That shit is trash, man. I'm calling it what it is. It's trash. That to me is indicative of an insecurity that's already going on within a person. And they gravitate toward other insecure people and their insecure content. You see what I'm saying? I don't have to create narratives that aren't true. You understand? I don't have to put a little Texas Pete on something to make it a little hotter, if you catch my meaning. All I got to do is just spit the facts. And I am of the belief that if you like that type of content, then you gravitate toward it because there's a lack in you as well. See, I gravitate toward the confident, the people that don't have to do all that. I'm already dope. I don't need to put you down so I can come off this dope. I ain't got to do that. I don't have to do that. For what? For what? What do I get out of that? Why do I need to put you down in order for me to look good? I'm already the shit, fam. I'm already the shit. I'm already that. In fact, I'm everything I aspire to be. I'm already that. I'm already that. Fuck, I need to talk down about you for. You see what I'm saying? And you want to know another way that I can tell, other telltale signs of a person's personality? By the way they drive. What do I mean by that? You ever just be driving, just cruising, doing your thing? You know what I'm saying? That's how I drive for real, with my seat back. You know what I'm saying? Just driving. You ever just be driving? You know what I'm saying? You driving right along, and then as soon as you get up, the car in this lane over here always has to speed up and shit. Now, mind you, before you came up, They were cruising at a decent speed. Why all of a sudden do they get that need for speed all of a sudden? Why? Why the sudden need for speed? And you know what that tells me? Because they're speeding up because they don't want you to get in front of them. But they was just cruising at a nice speed before you got there. You see what I'm saying? They're here, and here you come up, and they'll speed up. You know what that tells me? Because of the sudden need for speed, that tells me that person, okay, now granted, this person wasn't bugging when I was alongside them. Well, maybe they did start to bug out. But what that tells me is, this is an individual who don't like to see nobody do better than them. So I'm going to speed up and block your way. That's a telltale sign of your personality. You know what I'm saying? A motherfucker that's in and out of lanes and here, impatient than a motherfucker. You probably won't get nowhere trying to have a conversation with an individual like that. You know what I'm saying? And for the folk who drive mad fast, for the folk who drive mad slow, well, it depends. It depends because the driver could be elderly. That I get. You know what I'm saying? They want to get themselves probably more reaction time. You know, and when you elderly, you up there in your 60s, late 60s, something like that. When you up there, there's really no need to drive fast. You probably gave yourself plenty of time to get to where you're trying to go. There's no need to go fast. And again, you want to give yourself some reaction time just in case some crazy shit happen. Right? I can tell there's another telltale sign when you see people who come out and they got the lane and they just barely get there before you get there. That make any sense? They getting ready to turn. Here you come. And they mad slow. As people like that lets me know right then and there, that's the type of motherfucker that likes to get under people's skin. They love to get up under people's skin. You know what I'm saying? I bet that's part of their personality. Loud cars. I ain't talking about the system, but them loud cars, big ass wheels and shit. That's a motherfucker who didn't get no attention. Now, a lot of them Chargers are like that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, to each their own. But a loud ass car, like them loud ass Harleys. I remember when I was stationed in Pearl Harbor and I was staying in housing out there. Every morning, this motherfucking Harley would go off. It used to set off every alarm in the neighborhood. That's a motherfucker right there who did not get enough attention or does not get enough attention. Well, didn't get enough attention probably in their childhood. And they're spending their adult life trying to get it. Look at me. Look what I got. Look what I'm doing. Same thing about folk who walk around with their gun not concealed. You know what I'm saying? Just out in the open. Look at me. I'm tough. Look at me. I'm armed. You don't want none of this, nigga. You don't want none of this. I can tell a lot about a person's personality by how they move, about how they drive. You understand what I'm saying? Granted, I get a little impatient too. I get a little impatient when folk are driving under the speed limit. If it's raining and shit, okay, I get it. But a nice, clear day, sunny day, I don't understand. If the speed limit is 45, why are you going 30? So I suppose this is more or less a pod, but this episode is more or less about personhood. You know? I'm not saying stop watching this, stop watching that. I ain't saying none of that. Do what you do. Do what you does, cuz. I'm not saying none of that. I'm just saying Universe gives us what we are. And if you insecure, you'll tend to watch content where folk are being insulted just to make a point. I just don't think you need to do that. I think to do that, I think it's trash. I think it's trash. I'm not saying you're trash. You might be, but that's not my call to call you trash. If you trash, you just trash. But I think that brand of communicating is trash. I just do. I don't think you need to do that. Why? You know what I'm saying? Are you insecure? Just make your point. The people who's watching it, they'll gather that this person is this and that or that and this already. You know what I'm saying? Hey. And real quick. A lot of these podcasters though, see a lot of them are banking, they're banking on you not knowing what they talk about. Just like the government banks on its citizens after, getting out of school, say graduating high school or any form of school. See, they bank on you. They bank. Okay, so it's been known for years that the school system don't teach shit, and I've already said that I understand why. They can't pump out self-reliant individuals because if they do that, then like I said, who will drop the fries, who will mop the floors, yada yada yada. They need robots. Same thing with our government or a government. Okay, they don't want their citizens self-reliant. They don't want their citizens to be critical thinkers. They don't want that. Because if you think critically, you'll be able to be like, wait a minute, hold on. Incel? They start thinking, well, first of all, how do you know that they're an incel? At least that's what I would think. But not everybody's a critical thinker. And like I said, the same thing with a government. They don't want thinkers. They want workers. Okay, I call them robots. They don't want thinkers. They want workers. They want people whom they can control. It's the same thing with a lot of these podcasters and so on and so forth. They don't want you to think. They want you to just listen. They want you to be impressed with their choice of words. You see what I'm saying? It's like they attract folk who don't read. And I say folk who don't read because if you did read, you're going to come across some words that you don't know. And to get the meaning of that word, well, you could probably gather the meaning from context clues. You can probably figure out what it means. But if you come across a word, you're going to go, hey, Siri, what does this mean? You see what I'm saying? You're going to do that. So a lot of these folk with platforms, they want you to watch. They want to come off smart and they want to come off like they're here and you're just here. You know what I'm saying? So just be careful. Be careful because the universe gives you who you are. It gives you what you are, who you are. You see what I'm saying? If you're gravitating towards the gossip, you do the math. If you're gravitating toward folk who got to insult other folk, who's got to switch up the narrative and shit, why you need to do that? Why you need to switch the narrative? Just give the facts. Why you got to switch the narrative and make it seem like something it's not? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I find that to be a trip, fam. Yeah, but that's all I wanted to say, man. That's all I wanted to say. I just wanted to get that off. And before I get out of here, just want to say, you know what I mean? Thank y'all for watching. Thank you for the comments. Because apparently you're watching if you're commenting. I appreciate that. Thank you for your subs. Thank you for everything. I appreciate y'all, man. So until next time, you know what I'm saying? It's something I want to bring up, but I'm not yet. I'm going to go ahead and put it in motion first before I talk about it. Y'all take it light. I'm the guy Rashidi, and this is Hoodies, man. Peace. Hey. This is Hoodies.